Following the motion moved by Honorable Chinedu Ogah calling for decongestion of the Correctional Service on the floor of the House of Representatives.
Right Honorable Comrade Chinedu Ogah Lament, member representing Iko and the Zasa Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, I'm from Ebonyi State. I rise to move a motion call for the decongestion of correction service in Nigeria. Note that Nigeria Correction Service, a federal entity under the Federal Ministry of Interior, is a part of the criminal justice system under the exclusive list. Also note that the Nigeria Prison Online were mandated to reform, rehabilitate, and ensure effective integration of offenders into the society in line with the universal acceptance standards. Worries that over 70,000 inmates in the country face inadequate facility despite the government effort, and some have not been charged with criminal cases, while some are unable to pay the fines imposed by the courts despite having their cases determined. It disturbed that by the Nigerian criminal justice system is plagued by the few with the case often lingering without a resolution for years, thus overcrowding the correction centers in various geopolitical zones. Also disturbed that the data system revealed that federal offenders comprise the less than 10% in the correction system, inmates leaving over 90% to the state offenders. Alarming that overcrowding of the correction facilities has led to the hog revenue drains of the successive government, leading to the prison dislocated criminal and inability of the separate awaiting trials inmates from convicted ones. Concerned that the implementing of the criminal justice system, that the adoption of non-custodial measure would effectively reduce the overcrowding of the nation prison. Resolved to urge the federal and the state government to provide comprehensive reform of the country correction system, include modernizing the custodial center, building a new facilities, redesigning the bail system, propose legislation to allocate time for the speed dispensation of justice and reduce the number of the inmates awaiting trial. Examine the roles of the federal and the state government in the correction of inmates. Propose sustainable, effective solution to address the congestion in 244 jails nationwide and effective implementation of no custodial measure. Devise the promotion of effective reformation, rehabilitation, and reintegration of the inmates to utilize the prerogative of the mercy to grant amnesty to all the deserved inmates. Also urge the Federal Ministry of Justice to prevent delay in justice dispensation and enhance the process of meeting of the bail conditions. Further urge the security agents to avoid arbitrary arrests. Mandate the Committee of Justice to ensure compliance. Mr. Speaker, I hereby move.
Honorable Ogah, while speaking with press, expressed disappointment on the state of correctional facilities in Nigeria, giving reasons on why the government should pay more attention on correctional facilities and its benefit to the country. Honorable Ogah expressed needs for increase in budgets, vocational training, farming, and others.
Comrade Chinedu Ogah Lament, with the mandate of the House, under the able leadership of the Dr. Tajuddin Abbas, I'm the Chairman Committee on Reformatory Institution. The motion I move today is all about the congestion of the correction service. And the motion is of two legs. The other way is that negligence of the state into the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended 1999 Constitution, where the correction service is removed from exclusive to concurrent. And that is to show that each state have a constitutional power to establish, manage their own correction service. But none of the states have even voted any atom of budgetary allocation to the correction service. Everything is left for federal government alone. And when you come to the other aspect, 90% of the offenders in correction service are from the state. Some are detained as a political, some are really criminal, some are just those that are commit lesser crime. And the other way, what do we need to do to make sure the insecurity of this country stop? The prime boss of insecurity of this country is if we're able to implement the reformatory institution very well by reintegrating, reforming, and reintegrating the offenders to the society by giving them a sense of belonging. In this way, how many of these people that are committed crime we have changed their mindset psychologically so that they cannot go back to that crime again by giving them hope, giving them skills, integrating them to the society so that they cannot be neglected to the society. Because if they neglect them on the stigma, such person decided to go back to that crime. Now he's already having a gang. He can reorient and introduce more of the crime people, more of his gang. And that is the aspect where the crime continue. I'm urging the federal government and the state government, let us vote and make more budget provision in correction service, in vocational training, in farming implementation. Each of the correction services have so many farm settlements. How many of these farm settlements that is working today in Nigeria? And we are talking of food security. If we are able to utilize and use the man resources of all these people that are detained, it will really enhance the potential of Nigeria by giving us, proving us, and giving us the dignity in food production and generating revenue. Some of them can be branded in each of their things they are producing. They have some technology in which can be implemented. So in those aspects is what we are looking at. Because we talk of banditry, we talk of all these people that are committing crime. Nobody have ever looked, what do you do so that they cannot go back to the crime? After police arrest them, take them back to the correction service. When such person come out, have we ever asked? There is no any crime in this country that committed today was not hatched in a prison. What have we done in changing the mindset? But we have a volume of trillion in military. We have volume of trillion in police. We have volume of trillion in all other aspects of security. Why is it that we are neglecting correction service? The correction service, their offices is uninhabitable. The quarters where the services men are living is uninhabitable. The federal government should look into it, implement, and that is why we look at the bill of Correction Service Trust Fund, in which they will have a trust fund. There will be voluntary, contributory to all the state and the local government, the state, local government, and the federal government. And there will be a service vote to all those areas. There are almost about 240-something correction service. If we are able to establish a skill vocational center in each of geopolitical zone, reorientation, I want to tell you, and I want to be quoted, most of these people we think in Nigeria here that are professional from China are prisoners. They are trained in the skills and they ship them to us. Watch out, they expire. You don't pay them, you pay to the government of China and other government. We can now do our own and start exporting and making revenue for Nigerians. Nigerians are very devoted and hardworking. We have never think, what do we do to bridge all this insecurity? What can we do? Create job opportunity. Government cannot give everybody job. Government cannot give everybody food. It's only those farmers and those rural areas that are into vocation can help. And it's the only way we can drive in private participation by developing all the avenues. We have skills. We have so many things we can do. Such area, there will be a technology in which there will be an instructor in most of those prisons. They're already now partnering with United Nations and equally so many other agencies. We are asking other donors in this country to come over. Not coming that when it happens, you bring things, a kind of relief material. No, we don't need relief material any longer. We need an approach to stop it not to happen. But we always wait. You can imagine a situation by which you see a house collapsing and a house that the roof left removed. You will never care to replace that roof when you can use 5,000 to do it. But immediately there is a wind and that roof is removed totally, you start doing a budget. And that's our problem. Maintenance culture. Correction service need a maintenance culture. Correction service need attention of the federal government. Let me just bring to your notice. It's only 750 naira a feeding per day. 3 meals. You and me, can we feed even 1,500 a day? What is the plate of the food? Now recently, if not the effort of the Controller General and the effort of the correction service officers, there would have been a jailbreak in Plateau State due to the demonstration of the inmate of the hunger. None of the contractors today can implement the award given to them because the cost of the material in the market today cannot buy what they are being bidded for. So there is serious attention. We are urging the federal government to look at, let the money from the subsidy should be voted to correction service. Introduce reorientation. Let that reformatory aspect of it as it being implemented be now enshrined. Let all the state governors take lead by doing a lot of things they're supposed to do and make sure that the right thing is done. We have the borders. What are we doing to checkmate these borders? Who are these people that bringing all these people that are causing insecurity? When most of these people that are being detained go out, have we ever do a kind of a database to checkmate such people, how he move? We can do that in this Nigeria by having a digital control. That is where you talk of information record comes in. Most of the board are just there, they are not doing their work. They should be able to have a database of all the offenders and control and regulate. Even if such person move out of this place, you can know that such person was much committed into this. And that is how it can be readdressed. And the other measure is that we don't supposed to be sacking our servicemen that are being trained to handle arms. That is the major critical problem in this country. A layman in the village cannot know how to handle gun. It's only those that have already trained professionally and they were committed one offense or the other and they were sacked or penalized will now go out to the field to train them on how to handle arms. They should create an avenue, even if in terms of mending the acts, in which those people can still be there and be served the nation, the punishment within where they are working, a kind of destabilizing it, keeping them in a place. Such a thing will help to checkmate the security of this nation. And that is all about it. Our motion is that the Ministry of Justice should stood up and do their work, the Attorney General of the Federation, and make sure that the Constitution of Nigeria is implemented. As it has been sent by the President, let all the governors take a lead and do the needful. As a chairman committee, we have written to all the governors, they need and outline the Constitution. They are now defaulting the Constitution of Nigeria. They need to do that. Everything must not be left out for the President. Our major problem in this country, everybody complain and continue blaming the head. What have you done as an individual? I cannot blame a president in a security outbreak in my village. As an honorable member, what have I done? I need to liaise with the village chairman and the community leaders to do the certain things. And we should stop enforcing ourselves to the leadership when we are popular. And that is what always brings a problem. And by that, someone that is superior will allege and take such people to the prison. And that is the greater things we are undergoing. There is some people that are supposed not to be in prison. There are some people that are supposed to be in a place where they will train them on skills. And such people will be useful to the state and the country. And that is our major issue. But I know that Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Vice President and the leadership of the House will really do a lot. We have written to them the need why the ration of the correction service have to be increased. It's necessary. Nobody can feed of 750. Even 2,000, it cannot feed someone a day. If such a thing are done, if they are well fed and they are generating the revenue and the implementation of the farm settlement are being done, correction service will generate a lot of revenue for this country. We're already working out with the Legal Aid Council. We're already working out with the Human Rights Commission. We're already partnering with United Nations and so many others to make sure that implementation is really taken to the fullness. And whatever we can do as a legislature, we'll do that. So Nigeria is our country. It is our duty to put in the right path. Everybody have his own right, what to do. And people that are, there is no any place you go that you think that you can just get something. You have to work hard for it. We need to work hard and put our country the way it should be. Nigeria is the most blessed country. We have a lot that other countries don't have. We don't suffer earthquake. Our soil is the most yield soil you can ever talk of. I've done soil analysis in most of these places. We import agricultural produce. But our major thing is that we know how to do it, but we refuse to do that. Everybody waiting for government. Everybody waiting for government. Government cannot do it alone. What government can do is give us a stability. I'm urging Mr. President, let him try and make sure that we have complete, total, uninterrupted power. You will see Nigeria will boom.
Stating how inmates can be utilized to avoid more crime in the country, Honorable Ogah said inmates can be branded in things they produce. Comfort Olayinka, DCTV News.